Alright, so we're going to talk about parallel lines and transversal. Now, forgive me, I did not put the sign for parallel, but these two lines are parallel. And this here is my transversal. Now, I'm going to kind of fill in some degree measurements just from what I know. I know that if this angle is, if I'm given 58 here, I know that 2 is 58 degrees. Why? Because they are vertical angles. I could also say that if this one is 58, this angle here is 122 because they are a linear pair. And I could come over here for this angle 3 and say that this is 122 degrees, either because of linear pair or because of vertical angle. Either way is okay. The one thing you are going to have to accept in all of these is corresponding angles. And corresponding angles means that here I have 58. Out of these four right here, out of these four, 58 is in the top right. And when I compare these four angles, I'm going to say 58 is in the top right, so we'll go to the top right, and that's this one. So angle 7 is also 58 degrees. That's corresponding angles, meaning that they're kind of in the same position. And then I could go back through the same thought process for the ones above, or I could just find the corresponding angle for each one. So this one would be angle 1 and angle 4 corresponding. So that's 122. Or I could use the idea of linear pair here. They add up to 180. This one is 58 degrees, and this one is 122 degrees. However you want to think about it is fine with me. However, you just need to know. And let's see if this works out. It doesn't work out. Alright, so, anyways, that's okay. As long as I can fix it. Perfect. Alright, so, if I look here, I had angle 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I pull this out, this is 5, 6, 7, and 8. So what we're going to do is kind of compare some angles together. What I also need you to understand is that this is the exterior up here. This is the interior. Okay, so let's talk. Corresponding angles means angles that are kind of in the same position for both groups. Remember that 5, 6, 7, and 8 come from up here, and I just drug the same set down right here. So I'm only going to give a few examples in each one. Angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding. Angle 3 and angle 8 are corresponding. I also know that they are congruent. Next set, alternate interior angles. So interior means they must be in the B part, and alternate means that they're not on the same side of the transversal. So I have 4, and I look to the opposite side of the transversal, and I have 6. So 4 and 6 are alternate interior. I also can say angle 3 and angle 5 are alternate interior. And if I look, they are congruent as well. And the next set, alternate exterior. So if I'm looking at the exterior, it's the pink or purple or mauve, whatever color you want to call it. I'm sure someone can let me know tomorrow. Alternate means not on the same side of the transversal. So if I say 1, I go to, here's my transversal right along the middle. I go to the opposite side of it, that would be 8, and they're both on the exterior. So angle 1 and angle 8. I could also say angle 2 and angle 7. And let's see. We know that angle 1 and angle 5 are congruent because they're corresponding angles, and 5 and 8 are congruent because they're vertical angles. And by the transitive property, I know that 1 and 8 are also congruent. Next set, last one here. Same side, interior. So here is 4, it's on the interior. I go along my transversal here, and I choose the one on the same side that's in the interior. So that would be angle 4 and angle 5. angle 3, and angle 6. Now let's look at angle 4 and 5. They don't look the same size, and they're not. But let's look. 4 is corresponding to 7. So 4 and 7 are congruent. Well, what do you know is the relationship between 7 and 5? They're a linear pair. They add up to 180. So if angle 4 is kind of the same thing as angle 7 and 4 are congruent, so I could write 7 and 4 here. I know that 4 plus 5, angle 4 and angle 5 would be supplementary. I know that's not how you break up parts, but supplementary. And one last thing I need you to know. Pause it if you don't have all of this because I'm about to erase some stuff. You need to know the correct names for all of these. So corresponding angles postulate, alternate interior angles theorem, alternate exterior angles theorem, and same side interior angles theorem. Corresponding angles is a postulate because we will accept that it's true. The other ones are theorems because we are actually going to prove them next.